Man. Yeah, I don't got my lokes today. I don't got no wine, no smokes. What you do? Where you at? Hey. We're gonna have some fun today. Let me adjust this. What's up, Mike? Oh man, Friday. Ready to talk some shit. Mr. Brown, what's going on, Blackout? I'm gonna be out there in Tampa in a few. West Haven. Okay. I was about to mess your damn kennel name up. SOD Kennels, what's going on? Hey Dale, I'm just up here on this Bruno Mars. Uh-oh, my man Kenneth in the house, what's going on? Y'all know I gotta play something for Rihanna. She called me last night. I told y'all that baby wasn't his. This is the type of music I'll be listening to all the time, man. Oh yeah, I'll be listening. Hey, Bruno a bad boy. Bruno a bad boy. Oh man, I'm gonna take some new pictures of Odell. He looking good. Hey, what's going on, Samuels? COVID Samuels. What's going on, y'all? Hey, they coming up now. Hey, you supposed to be at work or something. SOD, I gotta shoot you out them damn papers. They finally giving me papers again. I'm like the most. Let me turn Bruno off. I be forgetting. That's what I be listening to a lot of the times. Oh, Bruno a bad boy. I'm gonna say that again. But yeah. I guess when you talk so much shit. What's going on, Brandon? Oh, here we go. Don't start talking that the Ravens talk. I don't want to hear about it. What's going on, Ryan? Man, you know, I talk a lot of shit. So, I did make a video. I don't know if it posted or whatever. Some people been, oh, shit. Good luck with the dentist. I got to go to the dentist in about 2 weeks. I cracked one of my molars, so they got to do what they do, man. But yeah, it's pretty rough, man. That they be on my ass, man. I appreciate it, John Stevens. Oh man, I appreciate it, Mr. Samuels. You know, well, you know, I can't speak to what anybody else got going on, you know. But I'll tell you one damn thing, man. They can't stand my black ass. Bully Bread Kennels in the house, what's going on? I'm just sharing the live, y'all. But yeah, man, they've been like screwing me over on some paperwork for a long time. Finally, you know, I guess what used to be an angry situation turned out to be a good situation. And the person that I was dealing with, they ended up calling and got their stuff like right away. So it was super cool. PvP, what's going on? You ain't late. We only 4 minutes in. But you know, I really can't explain what's going on with the overall paperwork outlook. Excuse me. What's going on, Karan? Some people are getting their paperwork, whether it's the Abkc, whether it's the UKC. Some people are getting their paperwork fast, you know. And then you know, I've had people actually comment on some of these you know, posts and everything, Oh man, we here now. We here now. You know. Oh, tell her I said hi. Man, look. I tell you what. I tell you what. Don't y'all get me started this morning. At first, when you put that up, I thought you said Rihanna said hi. I was about to get going. Yeah, tell Kyra I said hello. But man, you know, I can't. Y'all silly. I can't. And hi everybody. But I can't. I really can't explain what's going on with the Abkc. And it's rough, you know. I can't explain what's going on with the UKC. So, and the reason why I say this, and I'm not trying to knock the Abkc at all, as y'all know, I made a post. You know what I mean? I made a post, and I told y'all things. You know, and Big Bully Kennels is happening. You know, and a lot of people. We live in this world now, and that's why I don't take it personal, even though it may have been personal with me, because I you know what I'm saying, Hot Tub Kennels, you know what I'm saying, but it may have been personal with me. Who knows? They might have been on my ass. Terrence Trips, what's going on, brother? I got this little mail I want you to check out, but I don't think it's personal with everybody, of course. You know what I mean? So the thing of it is that you know, they're a little bit over the top right now, as far as you know, people beating them up with paperwork and different things. And they're really a small operation overall. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Terrence, I just got the ears done on one. The one didn't come through for us, but I just got ears done on one, looking pretty solid. It's a couple of them actually looking pretty solid, so I'm gonna see what's up. But I got you, trust me. And you'll see what I'm talking about. But let's not say too much. But you know, you have to give these registries a shot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are just even the UKC is bombarded. I think somebody said that the UKC actually had an issue with COVID in their office or something like that, and you know, things happen. So if you've been waiting, you know what I mean, check up on your paperwork. I checked up. Muscle Pack Bullies, what's going on? I checked up on my paperwork for like months, you know what I'm saying, and just so happened that you know, somebody else called in and they got better results than I did, so it all worked out, you know what I mean. They lost your money order, then they lost your papers. And I'm telling y'all, they'll make it right, man. Y'all know I get a UKC, I mean the Abkc hell, sometimes the UKC. They'll make it right, man. That's why I say it's not I'm not bashing them at all. I'm just telling y'all, it's hard. You know, I hope that we can do a good job, man. Are we back at it? Odell is measuring in right now about 15-ish. Now, he's not 16 though. He's about 15 and a half. He didn't make 16. My man Pope, what's going on? We got to get on the hotline, make the hotline ring. But I'll tell you what, you know, where do we start? We might as well start, man. Did any of y'all see that damn video? What was it called? Y'all name the video where there was a something Bully Bash 6 or some shit like that. Oh my God. Hey, appreciate it. I missed it. You had a lot of letters. I missed it. Hold on. I think I can pull it back up. Okay, I ain't gonna pull shit up, y'all. Nope, I ain't gonna pull nothing up. I'm sorry. I missed that. I know it started with an M, but I started it. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't fool around with nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you what. And today I woke up in the best of moods ever, you know what I mean? Even though it was a better week, you know, it was a better week. But I'm getting close to going to pick up Poop Dog and Easy, so that's probably why I'm in a great mood. But a lot of these internet trolls and stuff like that that's always trying to say something, I don't really give them a lot of breath no more, because I remember they used to come on, Rose Kennel, what's going on? But I used to give them life, and I used to go ahead and I used to argue with them and stuff, but I ain't really angry no more, you know what I mean? I ain't angry no more. I laugh and I smile a lot more now, you know what I mean? God has blessed me in that fashion that I've had great influences. I just actually messaged, you know what I'm saying, a friend of mine, Jackie Wilson, and another friend of mine, my man Mike, you know, and y'all know I always talk about my dude Cuzzo. But I've had brothers over the last year or so. There it go. MGLM. Man, you got too many letters, 39. Say, post your real name. I can't say that. What's going on, CC? But I appreciate the support for sure. And we having, if you in Texas, we having a lot of shows in Texas. Danny boy, what's going on? But man, hey, Max, we finally here, dog. Finally here. I ran my credit card this morning to activate the site. Whew. Still got to make a phone call, but you know what I mean? I'm going to have a separate video to tell y'all how we might be doing the paperwork, you know, different ways. I'm just backing up in case the site doesn't do it, but I know the database is working, so we good. Okay, there we go. There we go, Mike. All right, I got you. I got you. It's going to be a pleasure to meet you. I mean that. I'm going to act up at these damn shows, especially the ones I ain't judging. Don't y'all be surprised if I be out there sipping on wine and shit. Me and Rihanna. But this damn, man, did y'all, first of all, let me stop. I want to say this before I get going. And it's no political shit or none of that stuff. Oh, appreciate it, John Stevens. Look, you know, prayers go out to all of the, you know, the brothers and sisters out in the Ukraine. There, believe it or not, there is an actual pretty nice sized bully community in the Ukraine. And I don't watch the news, you know. Unfortunately, some people want to show me stuff anyway, and some things look very bad there. So I just say a prayer for them, you know. You know, the nature of man is always to try to, you know, cause conflict one way or the other, and unfortunately, the people who want no parts of that conflict are often the ones who carry the brunt of it. And I'm praying for, like many of you are, I bet, praying that it comes to a better solution than a lot of people losing their lives over in the Ukraine. It's a terrible situation. I hope, you know, not only my bully brethren over there, but just all those people over there, man, come out of this thing all right. I hope it's, you know, it's already, they say it's already in the hundreds of lives lost. I hope it doesn't continue. It really saddens me at any point to see, you know, to see people losing their lives about nothing, you know, and hopefully that works out. So I did want to say that before I went any further in this show, you know what I'm saying? God bless them and God bless America, because we need it. Now, this damn bully show, the what was it? Somebody put the name up. The Bully something 6. Man, I am telling you. Man, I repeat, I am telling you. This was the worst damn so-called show I have ever seen in my entire life. They had, Daniel, what's going on, baby? They had the nerve, the audacity, Big Tank Hank in the house. They had the audacity to have these people introduce themselves. You know what I'm saying? Hey Johnny, man, much love, man. We gotta catch up, man. It looked like we all over the hump. My mother-in-law's home, everybody home and that shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, my folks is home, so we all good, man. You know, I keep relationships with everybody. You know what I mean? So a lot of my folks was in tatters here in the last few weeks, but it's all good, man. It's much love. So we got to get on there and talk some dogs. But I tell you what, If y'all ain't seen the video of these damn fools with these dogs, see, I ain't that good with technology, so I can't go putting shit up and, you know, and showing y'all how ignorant some people is. But I'm quite certain y'all done seen these dudes and they like, introduce yourself. Oh, I'm little Wibble from San Antonio. Oh, I'm Big Mike from Denver. Oh, and the dog is standing there, and the dog's legs is like stretched all the way out, and the tongue is to the side. This was a compilation of the most deformed dogs I have ever seen. It was some sad shit, and oftentimes, you know, excuse me, I make jokes, but some shit really ain't funny, and that wasn't funny. Those dogs was absolutely terrible, you know what I mean? And Niles is a bad boy. You know, hopefully he turns out like his daddy, because that's a nice dog. But this was another example of why we should not be doing what we're doing. And when I say we, I know ain't none of y'all do it, so don't y'all start yelling at me saying that y'all that I ain't do it. Them fuckers did it. But it's sad that we have reached that point that it's once again was sent to me. And it was funny because as many bully friends as I have, and as many bully people that I have in the circle, you know what I mean? And it was somebody from a somebody from a American Tone Moss. Yeah, you might be worse than me with the technology. Good afternoon. But you know, it was somebody from the German Shepherd community that actually sent me this video of these deformed T Lottie, what's going on, baby? These deformed dogs, and it was sad, man. I ain't gonna just say it was sad, it still is very damn sad. You know what I mean? And these dudes, you know, just, you know, of course they had their little grass, and they picking the dogs up and putting them down on the grass, and the dogs is looking like they about to die, and probably were about to die. They probably, several of them are dead already. Daniel Smith, what's going on? Hey, Terrence, you seen that video? That was horrible, and they're sharing it all over the internet. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that just recently happened to me here. Wow. Yeah, they do need to do security checks at the door to make sure the dogs is on point before you go putting the dogs out there in the public. But I'm gonna tell you, the vets here in Houston now are doing the same thing that they're doing other places. You know, one vet in particular, you know, told me that they don't have a strong interest. Now, she didn't say, and it wasn't the actual vet, it was the receptionist, but she didn't say that we will not do C-sections and different things of that nature, you know, because I was, you know, asking about, you know, different reproduction services. But she said we do not have a strong interest in doing any reproductive things with bullies or bulldogs at this time. And she tried to explain it very nice. She just said, you know, they're a breed, like I didn't know what the breed was. I guess I could play stupid with her. But she said they're a breed that has some extra breathing issues, and there's some concern about the dogs taking longer times to come out of surgery from the anesthesia, and possibly not coming out, you know, from the anesthesia due to health issues, you know. And she said, and that includes even if the dog checks out with no heart murmur or otherwise. And I have heard of a few dogs going under and not making it out, but it seems to be rare. But, you know, just the fact that it's another, you know what I'm saying, another that's because I'm dealing with these vets in Houston. Yeah, man, a special crew. But you know, they treated me nice, and they always have. But I appreciated her honesty and her discretion at the way that, you know, she was giving me the information. But you know, so she didn't say no. She just said we don't have a big interest in doing it, which was sort of like a soft no. But because it's you, we'll let you. You know what I mean? I don't know where that podcast is that we did with that was actually Tone Moss. He's on here. It might be on either Tone or Daryl's page. You know, we were having some little technical issues when we were doing it, and that was Tone's fault. We're gonna blame it on Tone. But it was good, man. Tone had some good questions. If y'all get a chance to check that out, I think it's on Daryl's page, Daryl Thrower. And Daryl has always been a gentleman, very, very knowledgeable about dogs, and that was a good time. I think at some point in time we're gonna have to probably rerun it on the podcast format and get us on here, you know, get the fellas with a couple of drinks or something in their hands, and we can really talk. But a lot of good information came out in that particular live, and you know, we went back and forth on some things, and you know, it is what it is. From that interview, you know, people were asking me why, you know, I don't like, you know, why my stance, why, like, I guess basically why I didn't argue, you know, Daryl's stance on Merles. And I, you know, and I listen. Well, when you do an interview, and I do a lot of interviews, I've got interviews. I owe a good friend of mine's an interview from Barbados, and you know, and a couple of other countries where I got you know what I'm saying, I have to do other interviews and different things like that. And you always go into an interview not to dominate the interview. You know what I mean? They say it's one in Pasadena, Remy. Yeah. But you go into an interview not to dominate the interview, and one thing for sure is that, man, Bank Statement, we got to get it in, damn it. We got to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Me and Bank Statement did a good one, and you know, and these are guys I think you're gonna see me doing regularly. And I'm gonna tell you, the thing is that I go into all of these interviews and I want to give my point of view, and sometimes I will hear something that I may disagree with. And I'm always going to disagree with the Merle perspective, but Daryl did hit on one point, and he said he's not invested like I am in the breed. You know, he didn't start the breed. So, and a lot of people are like that. A good, you know, another good friend of mine, you know, he has Merles, you know, and he has some beautiful dogs. It's just, you know, when I talk dogs, right, I talk dogs going from a standpoint of where I come from. And when I talk about the American Bully, fortunately and unfortunately, I have some experiences that other people don't have. So when I talk about the American Bully, I'm talking about it from a standpoint that, you know, I've seen a Cairo, I've seen a little Row, I've seen a little, you know what I mean? What's going on, Machiavelli? You know, I've seen, you know, a lot of the great dogs. I've judged Paco, you know, you name some of these great dogs. I mean, most of these great dogs, I've seen them. I've judged them or beat them in the ring, you know. So I know the history very, very well of the dogs. And for some people who are coming into it newer, they don't have the history of the breed, and they don't have the attachments of the breed, you know. Paco or Remy means very little to a lot of the newer breeders, you know. And in my day, Paco or Remy was like Biggie or Tupac, you know what I mean? You know, Kobe or LeBron, you know, we talk about these eras. it was that type of thing, that they were the megastars. But now I think sometimes when you lose a heritage, you know, and a culture that the American Bully has lost, it's hard to hold on to it. Right now, the American Bully has very, very little to hold on to. And to me, it's saddening. You know what I mean? It's saddening, and y'all check it out. You know what I mean? It's definitely like Mr. Potato Head. Just keep popping off parts, putting them back. Something will happen, you know? Aloha, Miss Estevez. Whew. I got something to show you. Yeah, well, you already know, but ear crops make a big difference. You know, I tell you, I would never register Merles. I'm a purist to the breed, and I've given many reasons why I don't think that a Merle, even on that show I talked about it, understanding genetics, you have to understand when you're talking about a Merle that it's really a different dog, you know, and it's not to insult anybody's dogs or anything, but there is no actual Merle gene in the original American Bully. So therefore, the Merle gene must have come from, as I've always said, a Catahoula or an Alapaha. You look them up. They look like bully type dogs. But the one thing with the difference you know, and for instance, say a Catahoula or an Alapaha that is very, very huge, besides the color variations and patterns that it can throw, is that the Alapaha is not really a companion dog. The Alapaha is a get after it dog. The Alapaha can be very aggressive, just like the Catahoula. These dogs are often used to hunt hogs. You know, henceforth, a lot of Catahoulas are called hog dogs, and so are the Alapahas, and they're used for great protection dogs. But they have a different streak of aggression in the dogs, that you're playing with fire. You know, someone once asked me, do you put a game, what if I took, you know, because the game dog has a ton of athleticism and the game dog is, you know, this and that and the other. What if I took a game dog and I ran that game dog into an American bully? It's the same effect. Why would you want a game dog's temperament in your American bully? The American bully is not supposed to be treated like a game dog. Therefore, if you had that temperament there, you would have a big muscular dog that more than likely would have a side of aggression, that it would want to snatch other dogs, pulling you damn near across the floor, and you having to maintain this whole thing. That's not what it was meant for, you know. And it's the same thing, you know, as we talked about some of the XL breeds with the Mastiff bloods and different things like that. The more you mix these things in, the harder it's going to be to make this breed get consistent, period. You know what I mean? And we were trying our damnedest, but it's not going to happen if you don't get consistent and start weeding things out. And one of the things is about to do business bullies, what's going on? And one of the things is that, you know, we have to perfect something, you know, and that's why I want a lot of DNA testing, you know, and I want to separate the breeds. And we didn't, you know, I don't know if on these podcasts we've talked a lot about the plan, but maybe we should talk about it today. You know, our overall plan for the Tbkc, now that we're here, now that y'all can register your dogs and all of that. And I tell you what, this is an overall plan if you want to talk American bully. We'll start from here, and we'll just sort of go into other stuff. Man, y'all got to stop it with this Pittsburgh stuff, man. I got cousins in Pittsburgh, so I got love for Pittsburgh. I just don't like the Steelers. What's going on? Shout out to my cousin Marcia and Maria Quincy over there in Pittsburgh. Those are my first cousins, my babies. But one of the first things that we did, and actually I'm not taking full credit for this, because myself, Belinda Moore kicked in a little bit, the legendary John Easterly, who was our original head judge at the time, and God bless John as he recovers. But he, you know, as this thing come together, we had a plan. The first part of that plan, as many of you know, is that we don't believe in classes. We believe in breeds. So therefore, the pocket would be a breed, the standard would be a breed, the XL would be its own breed, and at this point in time, the classic would be its own breed that got voted back in. But the thing of it being is that they are breeds with a purpose, and they're going in a certain direction. You know what I mean? The pockets eventually, and this is 5 years, we're not counting this year, so it would be starting from 2023, 5 years after that, you won't be able to register your dog. As far as a pocket goes, you won't be able to register a litter of a pocket bred to a standard, or vice versa, standard bred to an XL. It has to be bred to standard dogs. The reason that we're doing this is to start to, as I've said, narrow down genes. During that same process, what we'll be doing is we are probably going to be the foremost registry that we will be eliminating certain dogs, you know. So I don't want y'all to think that we're like coming in like, you know what I'm saying, some kind of gangbusters, and we're just going to be trying to get rid of every single damn dog. But a lot of dogs that have issues that we think are adversely affecting our community, like if we run across another Dax situation, and Dax is not banned at this time, he's considered to be in the past. But if we run across a dog that we feel like is being heavily bred, that has any kind of medical issue that threatens the integrity of the breed, we will ban that dog from being bred. You know, and this might sound foreign to some, like, damn, y'all trying to control everything, but this is the only way we can correct our genes. We refuse to let a dog that we know for a fact has certain genetic issues that will affect the total gene pool of any of the breeds to constantly be bred and add this in to the detriment of the breed. So you will see that our ban list will start to get a little bit lengthy, and if the dog doesn't meet the physical standards. And I want to make this very, very clear as far as physical standards go. This does not mean that if your dog, no clones, we don't accept clones, but especially not Miyagi clones. But this does not mean that if your dog is not a show dog. Say, for instance, your dog might have, you know, a slight high rear, or your dog was born with a knot in his tail or something to that nature. We're not going to ban your dog for something simple like that. We understand every dog is not perfect. If it's very, very severe, it's a possibility. But your dog is just, you know what I mean, might need a thing or two here fixed, but it's still a very, very solid dog. We are not looking to ban those dogs. I feel like that's overstepping. The case of where dogs will be banned is when it's something severe that can truly just destroy everything. Absolutely. We registered a shorty bull. Among the breeds, before I go on, amongst the breeds that we do register, and I don't remember every one off the top of my head, so y'all don't beat me up. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Here we go with these troll guys, man. Everybody, oh, you gotta be a hater. Shut the fuck up, bitch. But anyway, as I was saying, amongst the newer breeds that we're going to be registering is the Dogo. We're bringing the Dogo in. We're bringing the South African Boerboel in. We're bringing the Doge de Bordeaux in, which it was already on there. We're bringing in the absolutely XLs can be brought in. XL is a breed already. It was already there. We are bringing in the Caucasian. Y'all like, don't bring that crazy ass dog in there. What is it? The Orchova. I mess up names, so y'all don't hold me to these names. But Orchova. We are bringing in the standard poodle. We are bringing in the what is it? The Black Russian, and then y'all gonna kill me on that, but it's the Black Russian something, man. I should be ashamed of myself for forgetting this dog. It's a beautiful dog. It's a Black Russian Terrier. Maybe that's it. But we are bringing, a lot of these dogs are making it. The German Shepherd, of course, the Doberman, the Rottweiler. Those dogs are in for the sake of, we do plan on having a lot of protection work, a lot of training work, and those type of events that are not straight conformation events. So if y'all wondering, this is the reason that a lot of these breeds are going to be in there. The Boxer is another dog that's in there. On some of our smaller dogs, we do have the English. We do have the we do have the what is it? We have the Frenchie. We have the Shorty Bull. We have the we have the oh man, all the little dogs. We have all the little dogs. And as y'all see, we always got one of these people. Y'all want to have fun with them. This is an amazing thing, you know. And I tell you this, I'm not focusing on anybody else. I'm gonna go back into Tbkc, but everybody likes to have fun sometime. The funniest thing is you telling me on my page that I focus on everybody else. I'm talking about the Tbkc. Now, if people are doing fucked up things with dogs, I'll talk about them, because we're all a part of a community and everybody in the community should show up. But yet you come to my page and you talk about, oh, you should stop using steroids and this and that and the other. If this is the little dick syndrome, just because I have 2 or 3 little muscles does not mean I take steroids. I actually do take testosterone though once a week, because I have low testosterone. I've always said that. I've actually had low testosterone since I was in my 20s. So that's not taking steroids. But the Black Russian Terrier, thank you, Rob Carter. But the funniest thing about it is that so many people in this community still talk about hating when you say something truthful. I have done this for years, and I have asked people to tell me where's the hate when you say that dogs are unhealthy, or that dogs don't fit a standard, or that dogs should be DNA tested, or that you shouldn't be mixing in breeds and lying to everybody about the breed that you're mixing into a breed that was always set. None of these are lies, but at the same time, you get people who want to shout out the things like, you know what I'm saying, hating, and this, that, and the other. And then exactly, you hate on me talking about, oh, stop taking the steroids. Man, I've been the same size now for about, what am I, 40? I've been about 20 years. I've been the same size, roughly about 230 pounds. Yes, I do. Well, I don't know what I bench press anymore. The most I've ever bench pressed is 565 pounds. I can still bench over 500 pounds, but it's hard work. I've been bench pressing and I've been lifting weights since I was 12 years old. Those are all facts. You come on here hating. If I took steroids, I'd be gorgeous. That would be too much for you, Prolific, because you're a grown man coming on here accusing me of taking some kind of steroids when I've been this size since I was a very big, strong safety in college. It is amazing. It is amazing. And as I've told people, Daniel said they don't understand genetics. My father is now 60 years old. My father, why don't I show my dogs in the Abkc? I started the fucking Abkc. I had the first champion in the Abkc. We've got the most champions in Abkc history. We've got the Abkc National Champion in 2010, which is by far the biggest nationals to ever exist. Every single year that the Abkc has existed, we have had champions in the Abkc, and I'm not even proud of that because I don't give a shit. What do I look like showing in the Abkc? These people don't even fucking like me. So you come on here and you talk about showing the Abkc. No, we don't like the Abkc. Mr. Beans was a champion in the Abkc. A dog that I said Fix was a champion in the Abkc. I'm not paying for no championships. Do you hear yourself? I like these people, by the way, y'all. What you mean, why? Why would I go there? For what? What do I have to prove? Have you not seen how many titles I threw Banner trophies away? You're asking me, this is how stupid some people are. You're asking me to go to a registry that I don't agree with for fucking up our standard that I helped write to prove that I know how to breed by showing under the people that I'm saying are fucking up the standard. This has to be the stupidest thing ever. No, I wasn't at 08 or 09 Nationals. We won 2010. I wasn't even at that one. I was in jail. And my boy took the dog. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, John Stevens, I practice jiu-jitsu. I practice jiu-jitsu 5 days a week. Yes, now I'm under Machado. I was under Gracie before. You know what I'm saying? I actually be going up to do a 4-day session in April with Master Machado. So it's, you know, it is what it is. But these guys often, and I'm having fun. Hey, Rich Skinnos, you know I'm having fun because it's to me, and I'm not being that braggadocious, but I'm telling y'all, it's absolutely amazing when these guys come on here and they do this thing and they talk about you're hating and you know what I mean? Dude, you know what I'm saying? The Abkc is a problem. Do you not see the dogs that are there? Do you not see how a registry would ban a dog saying that it was breeding French bulldogs and having full bad pedigrees and then letting the dog's blood back in and making it a national champion? When you got a dog like Rocco, and I'll say this, you got a dog like Rocco, aka Rockzilla or whatever you want to call him, where his grandmother is an award-winning exotic, your owner of your registry comes out and bashes exotics for dwarfism and all the other issues that they have, and the next thing you know, now one of these dogs, you know, grandsons is an international winner of a championship and a grand champion in your registry. I'm only speaking this to people who can truly understand dogs and understand the game that we're in here, is that it's not hating to say follow the rules and make a dog the way it's supposed to be. So as I was saying with the Tbkc, our goal is to make the rules what they're supposed to be. Yes, sometimes, and y'all have heard me talk about the open class, and most everybody here is American Bully people, but some of you have other breeds that you'll be able to bring in. But say, for instance, in the open class, the reason why I'm doing the open class is that we plan on actively, and I'm already in a lot of places and I know a lot of people, but we plan on actively recruiting certain breeds, whether it's a whether it's a exactly John Stevens, don't tell him nothing. This dude is, you know what I mean? I get the steroid thing all day, man. I walk around at 230 pounds, 7% body fat. But what people, and I don't get mad about that stuff. This is a sidebar. Lifting weights is therapy. As I told y'all, you know what I mean? I battled, my mother was murdered, you know what I'm saying, when I was a teenage boy. And it sort of screwed my head up a lot, you know. And weights became my therapy. I just go in the gym and I bang. You know, I lift like well, I can't say nobody lifts, but I lift sometimes. And some people on this live can tell you, they'll be on the phone with me. I can lift for like 3 or 4 hours, just going there, just banging, just lifting. Don't really stop, just lift. Some workouts I'll do 200 sets, but that was my therapy, my way to get away from the world. You know what I mean? So it never bothers me when people talk about shit like steroids. I laugh at that. You know, I worked for whatever I get. In my 40s now, I starve all day, drinking coffee and other things like that. So I'm fast, and most times I only eat once in a day, maybe twice, but I do take protein shakes. That's why I'm at 7% body fat. So I don't worry about that shit. But Easty Westy feed is another thing with the dwarfism traits. But going back to the dogs, man, it's a thing that Remy said lift cars for a living. I wish I could. But it's a thing with the dogs, man, that we have to get up to another person's level. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We have to get up to another group's level. We have to see our dogs compete against, and that's what the open class is all about, against a poodle. We will be having standard poodles, yeah, fluffy and all, and they'll come into the ring. And sometimes, what's going on, Aaron? Hey, them baby, I got a picture today. They sent them over to my dude. We on our way, man. So hopefully he get them over to me early next week, and they coming straight to you. So we finally got something in hand, you know what I mean? But I tell you, bank statement says, shit, I might get me some. But you know what I mean? It's man. About the business, I'll be making a video about that later on, about the how to register, how to register all the stuff. And we finally here. Yeah, they took my credit card information to activate the site this morning. They got their job done, so we good. But I don't know how many of y'all feel about that. I never asked anybody how they felt about that. What the open class is, and thank you, Sean, for asking that. I took, sometimes I talk in circles. But what the open class is, of course, if you go to a bully community show, you'll have bulldogs, you'll have sometimes the oldies, the Frenchies, of course, the American bullies, but you never have enough dogs to compete in other classes. And even the Abkc, if you look at their roster, they have way more dogs than that. Well, our open class is this. Say, for instance, I do have a couple friends who have very nice Rotties that would like this show. I have more than a couple. I have a few people with Dobermans who would love this show. I have, a few people with some Dogos that would love this show. And I tell you, your intermittent fasting is hard as hell on jiu-jitsu days, but I make it. But this class is basically like a big best in show, but in age groups. You still got your age groups, your 1 to 2, all of that stuff. And what happens is the winner of those classes go on to face, the American bullies and things of that nature. But what it allows is that the open class, you might have 30 breeds in the open class right now, because we don't have the type of numbers that will allow for all of these breeds to come in and show individually. But it also what it also does is it brings in competition. You will get a chance to see all of these other dogs with the opportunity to come in and show. You will get to see the our regular the original American Pit Bull Terrier, which is a part of our our registry, and they've already shown up in Rhode Island. They had a good show up there. I've already got, literally, Sydney, I've already got deposits in Jersey right now. Next week I'll be talking to them about the dates. That's at the Salem County Fairground, but I've got deposits for 3 dates saved at Salem County already. They already paid their money, So you know, it's an opportunity to see some of the best dogs from other breeds get a chance to show, and us, you know, merge our dogs into these classes. And not all shows will be an American Bully will be an American Bully judge. Sometimes you'll be judged by the Rottweiler judge, and trust me, a Rottweiler judge can judge American Bullies. The difference is that Rottweiler judge is going to be judging strictly by the standard, unlike most of these bully breeders who talk about their preference. Bully judges who talk about their preference and breed type and all that other shit. These guys are a true judge. Like, I've judged other breeds, you know. I've actually had the privilege to judge a boxer before. I've judged a Pharaoh hound before, and really it's not hard. You're just going by the standards. You understand the characteristics of the dog. If you can read and follow instructions, you'll be okay. But it's going to get, this is the thing that's going to get us to the next level. Ultimately, throughout the years, we expect that all of the other breeds will build up their numbers to the point where they're having their own shows. But guess what? If you happen to be in an area next year, and I already know of one person who has Corsos that's going to do a Corso show. It's basically an all Corso show, but he is going to have an open show at his Corso show. So the open show, if you've got a bully, and maybe a lot of bully people will show up, and y'all come in and y'all flood the open class, it's just like any other show. Your dogs are competing. You're just competing from a different angle to go against some of the best dogs in the world. We will be to Virginia, believe that. I don't have anything set for Virginia, but now everything I was waiting for is in now. So now we can start being aggressive and setting up these shows. You know what I mean? You know, oh yeah, we don't, and that's one of the things that we do hold to a standard, that our judges are not show handlers. Our judges are not putting their dogs in the ring and different things like that. We have an integrity code to where we're asking, if we have judges that happen to be breeders or whatever, if you are running across a dog that you have an acquaintance with, if it is a dog that, say for instance, if I'm judging, oh yeah, we'll be to Cali, and I'll actually be to Cali with Oscar. Yeah, I'm gonna be out there for some WBA events the next time he has those too. I was supposed to do something with him down in South America, but I had to take some time off for family stuff. But Oscar is a good friend of mine. Y'all support the WBA when they come in, but the Tbkc will definitely be out there. I got a couple good guys in Cali who are working for me right now. But you know, all of this is not an attempt just to push numbers. This is an attempt to give us an opportunity to truly, I don't know how y'all feel. I'm a competitor. That's why my old ass is doing jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? That's why I jump back in there and put my gi on. I'm literally in there sometimes twice a day when I can get a chance. But I like to compete. I like to find things to compete. And, you know, unfortunately with the Tbkc, only thing I can compete in is like weight pull, which I'm gonna try to get me a weight pull dog, and we gonna get in there. We gonna kick somebody's ass, or some or some obedience, or when the protection work starts, or maybe the lure coursing. I can compete in activities that are not judge driven. And the reason why, of course, is that I don't ever want it to be any bias. I don't ever want it to be any questions of bias. Y'all don't know how much and how important it is to me that as this thing gets going, that it goes like the first few shows went, that you know what I mean, people feel like it was some kind of integrity about the way the dogs were judged. The judge can give you a good reason as to why your dog won or why your dog lost, and you can go home feeling pretty good about, like, okay, I gotta fix this, I gotta I know what I have to do to take my dog game to the next level. One of the biggest problems with the show ring right now is that, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, you don't know which direction the winner is going to come from. You know what I mean? You just don't know. You know what I mean? You really don't know. Yeah, we will be in Mississippi. You know, I don't know how, like, if it's going to be a Mississippi summer or if it's going to be a Mississippi fall, but we will be in Mississippi. I've already got 2 people there, good people that I know will help me set up a show. And a lot of Tbkc shows, we are actually, you know what I mean? We are actually doing our thing, you know? So it's all working out, man. It's a blessing. But we are, y'all will notice, we are very, very much driven by competition. And fair competition. It's not a thing. If you get one of our trophies, I'm gonna tell you, you know what I mean? We don't have any shows in Bama scheduled yet, but you best believe we will be there. Bama and Georgia. Pretty much almost every major state will be there. Now, I can't tell you about North Dakota and South Dakota, Montana, the big ass states with not a lot of people. But you know, if you're talking about Cali, you're talking about Texas, Ohio, New York, Indiana, you know, Illinois, all of those states, North Carolina, South Carolina, these are states off the top of my head that I know we have people that, oh, absolutely, absolutely. Indy is right next door. Indy, I'll tell you like this: Indy, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Illinois, those will be pretty much ran by my son. You know, he's going to be the rep out there, so he'll be doing a lot of things out there. And one thing that you'll notice about the way we plan for our shows is, and this is why it's taking so much work, we actually want to set up a whole part of our office that's just dedicated to shows. So if you notice that, y'all will start to notice this, and this is why, please don't complain. If we're in your state and you happen to be in a smaller state as far as not population, but smaller state as far as you know, the region goes, you may notice that, hey, you might have to drive 2 hours to a certain show, and you go, why is it always a show at this spot? Why is it always a show at this spot and you're not moving the shows here? Well, one of the reasons is that once we get locked into a facility, we like to basically give you, we want to give you something like, hey, we'll be back in 6 weeks. Hey, we'll be back in 8 weeks. And you'll probably notice on the flyers that you'll see 5 or 6 different dates already on this flyer, so you know when to come back. It's a method behind that. We definitely will be in Maryland, and we've already reached out to Rhode Island. It's a spot in Rhode Island that we had a show at before. We've already reached out to them, and they said it's no big deal. We just need to get locked in and send some deposits and get some dates set up. And everything was contingent on me having my shit together with this. But you know, we're gonna push shows hard. I think we'll be the only registry that actually has a part of our office that, you know what I'm saying, a couple individuals come to work every day and their job is to go to shows or to set up shows. But the reason why we want to do that is because, and not to say we're that type of company, but if you go to Toyota, you'll see. You go to Toyota, they have on their red shirts, all of their lots look alike. We want to be similar with our quality control on our shows. At our shows, we don't want any smoking inside the building. We don't want any drinking inside the building. The music cannot be cursing. It's a lot of different things. South Texas, I reside in the Houston area, so South Texas, you have nothing to worry about. We already got 6 events scheduled just for the Houston area. We are, you know, we are doing what we're doing, you know, and it's been a long time coming, and it's been a big plan to make this stuff happen. And you know, right now we are working very, very hard at being able to do the paperwork at the show, and it's going to be something else. The people that are getting paperwork now, you're going to notice that probably early next year the paperwork changes. That's the reason, because we want to send each the paperwork we have now. It's not easy to print. The printers are sort of sizable, so they're not easy to transport. What we want to do is we want to change our paperwork, and it's not the size, it's the way the paperwork is made. It only prints on a certain printer. So we want to make it to where all of our actual show reps are traveling with the laptop and with a printer. So if you do your paperwork there, in their meantime, in between time of signing up dogs, they can print your paperwork up right on the spot. It's something that, you know, it's all these little things that we're trying to work on that'll make things faster, and it'll make things you know, better for everybody, make them more comfortable with us as we relaunch. So, you know what I mean, we got to work, you know, we got to work. Oh man, hey, keep it bully, you know it. I can't wait to get up to Kansas. One of the rare states that I have not been to. I've been to almost every state in America. I've even been to Montana. You know, I've been everywhere. I'm going to go to Hawaii very soon. But it's only like 6 states in the whole damn country I haven't been to. And strangely enough, somehow Kansas is one of them, because I basically went to everything around Kansas. We're going to get there. And I tell you what, y'all will see that I'm going to be going live a lot more. And a lot more, and a lot more. And I'm gonna make one last ditch of effort at signing up with another company to try to get better Wi-Fi from home, so I don't always have to drive up here. But I will be going live a lot more. You will be starting to get phone numbers of people that you can call as this thing goes on. But it's really, everything we're doing is not only about getting shows out there, but also doing a lot of educating. So as I told y'all, y'all heard me mention the name Skip Miller a lot. Skip Miller will be doing a ton of work with us. Skip will be at a lot of events. Skip is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the dogs, and you know what I mean. I really hope that y'all take advantage of Skip. Oscar Gomez of the WBA and Oscar is a man of his word, man. I love the brother, and I'm glad that I'm getting back in the right headspace to do things with him. But well, right now our requirements are very simple. Right now, we do need a copy of one of the other registries' paperwork, and and basically right now it's the fee. You don't have to do all the embark. We're getting dogs in now. Where the testing starts at, and right now, because we want to keep it simple and not get crazy, it'll escalate. But right now, when you do a breeding, any 2 dogs that are bred needs a DNA profile. No questions asked. The mother and the father need a DNA profile. One of the biggest problems that's going on in the American bully community right now is that when you have these litters, you went and got you an American bully, and then you come to find out that the daddy was an English bulldog, or you come to find out that the daddy was this or the daddy was that, and and the dog starts popping up with all kind of bulldog issues. This is something that we really have to change in general. That's why we're starting off with that. Now, as far as the embark test, as far as the x-rays of the hips, x-rays of the elbows, and some of these other things, we're going to have a special program called the Breeder Select program. The Breeder Select program is going to have a certain set of requirements, and this is basically saying that this breeder has been to the highest level to prove to you that his dogs are 100% healthy, 100% what they are, and true American bullies, or whatever the breed is that he breeds. This type of certification will also, something else that we're also doing is that no kennels can have the same 2 names. Another weird problem in the American bully community. So basically what you're doing is you're registering your kennel name. So if your name, your kennel name is Big Dog Kennels, or whatever you want to, whatever your name is, nobody else can come in and take that name. Your kennel has a number just like your dog will, But it's all these little things that we want to lock people in, and we want to lock people in on honesty. That's just basically our biggest thing. Because I'm telling y'all right now, like I went to the vet. I had to get some puppies' ears done. I went to the vet, and at this particular vet, you see a lot of Dobermans. You see a lot of Dogos. Dogs that need ear croppings. And me being what I am, I'm looking at these dogs, and I actually saw a couple friends here who are on the show. But I see a lot of these dogs, and you start to look at their conformation, and it's mind-blowing to look, right? Man, Rob, man, hey, hit me up. I would love to get up to Seattle, and if you can find a location and help me out a little bit with getting the word out, you know what I'm saying, we can put the show on our damn self in Seattle. I would love to get to Seattle. I got a friend up there. Yeah, I got a friend up there, work for Microsoft. Brilliant young lady. But the main thing that we that we want to do is we want to see about just competition in general, and see if we can get all of these dogs in the ring. And like I say, as I was out here at the place with the ears, right? And I'll talk about ears in a second because somebody asked this. I started to look at these dogs, and I'm sorry I'm missing some of these messages because they starting to just flicker on my screen. But I was judging. Sometimes you sit in that parking lot and you start judging. You start being real judgmental. And you would see, you know what I mean? King Dutch, I'm going to do a whole video. I'll make sure I get it out today. I want to get back to the guy and make sure that he got his part. But if nothing else, I'll give the email address out and we can get everything rolling. But Top Caliber, yeah, you was definitely one of them, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. I meant to get your phone number before I left. If you have a chance, shoot me a text 346-349-9840 so I can get you locked in. But you know what? For some reason I knew that. Mike. I'll be bad. I got a somewhat good memory, so you might have mentioned it somewhere before, but I got a somewhat good memory and a bad memory at the same time. But you know, as I was judging these dogs up here, man, it was amazing to see the difference. Yeah, and then once again, that's 346-349-9840. I don't even know my other number. But the bullies weren't doing well. If this was if this was a real show, I'm just, hey, damn it. If this was a real show, the bullies were not doing well. Some of the Dobermans weren't doing too hot either with them little weird backs that they had. You know, some of the Dobermans had bad posture. I don't know why either. It seemed like the red Dobermans have worse structure than the black ones. At least on this day it did. And since I had the puppies there, I had to wait for a while. So I'm just looking at everything that comes in, and I did see one of those black Russian Terriers. Beautiful dog. I don't know what he was there for, but he was beautiful. But you know, as we put our dogs in the ring, people, y'all got to be ready. When I say you have to be ready, I mean you have to be ready. I want the American Bully community to show up and show out. But just like, you know, the South African Boerboel community, they're very serious about what they do. They are going to bring some top-notch, high-quality dogs there. These people have tested their dogs to the max. These dogs are going to be hard to beat. I'm not telling you that your dog can't beat them, but I'm telling you, come correct, because a lot of these people who are going to come in, they have an expectation level of here. They've been competing at here for a very long time. And this is why I don't want y'all to think like, oh, he's walking out on the American Bully community. But I want y'all to get an understanding. We need this. We need to put American Bullies head to head with some of these other breeds. You never know how far you are away or how close you are until you start going against real competition. Y'all heard me mention jiu-jitsu earlier. You know what I mean? If I go into class and, you know, and I just pick a bunch of lower ranking students, I just pick guys who are half my size and different things like that, I can abuse them all day. It doesn't make me any better. The guys that I need to roll with when I hit that mat are higher belts. You know what I mean? I learn the most when I get on the mat with the professor, and you know what I mean? He never takes advantage of me or anything because he could, but you know, he shows me a couple things. Look, you can do this. Why don't you think about this? You feel some weight here. Think about this, think about this, think about this. And it's a learning lesson the whole way, and I want our community to take this as a learning lesson. We are going to have some dogs that win. You're going to have some dogs that don't win. But if your dog does not win, guess what? You know what I mean? Now, a lot of my dogs actually showed up 100% American Bully on Embark. Really, every dog that I've had so far on Embark and that I've sent people shows up 100%. I don't know how they do that test. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you know, as far as this thing go, y'all take it as a fucking challenge, man. I can't compete. I'm telling y'all this. As much as y'all hear me talk shit about my dogs, and y'all gonna see me talk some shit, I can't compete. I got some shit coming. I can't compete. I want y'all to go in there. Ain't no damn Fluffy XL coming in the ring. Ain't no, if you bring a Fluffy X, you will be denied at the door. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm not putting up with that shit. I am not putting up with that shit. If somebody come to our show and they come in there talking about they got a Fluffy X, you will be kindly asked to leave. I am not putting up with that bullshit. We have enough of that shit. You don't bring a Fluffy nothing. Nothing. Well, maybe something, but nothing. If you could bring a Fluffy lady. You better not bring no Fluffy XL. Antonio, I'm gonna do a video later on tonight. I just gave my credit card information to start this, so I still got a little work to do. Diamond Cut Bully. I'm telling y'all, don't bring no what's going on, Mr. McKay. I'm telling y'all, I am telling you. What the song say? And I am telling you, don't bring your fluffy. I kick his ass right up out of there. This is not. Look, this shit ain't a game. I joke a lot, right? I joke a lot, but I'm not playing. If you bring that look, Miss Estevez on my. Don't be laughing at me. Don't be laughing at me. Don't be laughing at me. You know I got problems. Tell Russ I said what's going on, but look, don't bring nothing fluffy unless it's a beautiful woman. She can be as fluffy as she want to be. But don't y'all bring them damn fluffy dogs in there. The only fluffy dogs that should be in the house is the damn poodles and the black Russian terrier is a little bit fluffy. But anything else, well, I guess the German Shepherd. It's a couple in the Caucasian. It's a few that can be fluffy, but nothing that's named Bully should be coming in there fluffy. It's enough. It is enough. You people, I have seen y'all turn, man, I have seen y'all, what is a fluffy bully? And what did you put in it? That's the thing, they always talking about something that's fluffy. What is so fluffy that y'all keep putting stuff in there and it's making fluff? I'm just saying, what the hell going on? Mr. McKinney, if they bring some fluffy shit over there, and you don't let a cat, I bet you it probably is a cat. What can you make with, and then think about it, like, what kind of so-called breeder is you that you just sit there one day and you look at an American Bully? I wonder if I can make it fluffy. This is the type of motherfucker we're dealing with. You just want to make something fluffy. It's like that's like, oh my goodness. It's like Dooney or something. That's the kind of shit I see around the house. Fluffy, Dad, it's fluffy. No. Some things are supposed to be fluffy. I like a fluffy pillow. I don't want a fluffy dog. I definitely don't want a fluffy bully. I ain't gonna say I don't want a fluffy dog. I had a chow and I enjoyed it. But a bully? And then these people, but this tell y'all, now I'm making my jokes, but this tell y'all how, yes, we will have a very long ban list. We have a very long, and some people are already banned and they don't even fucking know it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they might have a Shih Tzu. Next thing we know, we're gonna see a damn bully with a ponytail. Next thing you know, we're gonna see a bully with a ponytail. He gonna walk right up in there. But this is what's alarming, right? Hey, Rob, I'm gonna need your help. Believe that. There's some asses need to go. But this is one of the problems, right? Somebody is stacking a goat at the show. This is woo, this shit I be seeing. I'm gonna tell you. Oh my God. Now they got the kids talking about they want a fluffy pup. I got to hurry up and get to Hawaii. We got to stop this shit. We got to stop this shit. And then they bringing goats to the ring now, huh? I'm about tired of the asses. At some point in time, you have to stop. Y'all know I was serious last week when I was telling y'all about the chromosome issues thing. You can't mix everything. Everything do not mix. Everything do not mix. You ever seen, and y'all, some people gonna get mad at me. I don't give a shit. But you ever seen two pretty good looking people? You ever seen two pretty good looking people and they baby come out looking like a gargoyle? Everything don't mix. You like, I don't know what happened to little Antoine. I just don't know. His mama look like this. His daddy is a handsome man. And then, you know, people start making up rumors and shit, talking about he the milkman's baby and all that. No, that's Antoine's daddy. Shit just didn't mix right. You know, he was a fluffy. He was a damn fluffy. And, you know, we must do better. We must do better. because we laughing now. You know what I'm saying? We laughing now. But y'all know everything ain't right. You know, everything ain't right. We cannot do this. We cannot continue to do this. Man, I'll tell you what, the Abkc gonna accept that fluffy bull. Watch. Watch. And next thing you know, of all things, not only is they gonna be fluffy, they're gonna be deformed. Imagine that motherfucker walking around. Imagine, oh, y'all excuse my language, but y'all imagine him coming around with the little crooked legs and bent over and all this carrying on, and he got the nerve to have an afro. Or he might be just like the Schnauzer and just come in with a goatee. This is terrible. I said, baby Pappy. That's what I told Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? But this he gonna be a triple grand champion. The Abkc would make anything. They talking about, why don't you want to show in the Abkc? I'll take a ferret in the Abkc ring and win. You know what I mean? It is sad though. It is sad. You know what I'm saying? It is sad. You know, the saddest thing about this is that this goes against everything. Yeah, they got exotic fluffies now too. Imagine that. They got them. They already got exotic fluffies. They're ahead of the game. They're ahead of the game. Somewhere right now is some person who domesticated the first dog and they just shaking their damn head. Imagine that. Imagine if you was the person who domesticated the first dog. You use it and you look at what this thing came to. You know, I'll be in the airport. Probably gonna get me in trouble. I don't give a shit. And I'll be in the airport. The ferret gonna have better structure than their dogs. And of course, because of the videos, people, you know, recognize me here and there. You know, and it be some of the weirdest things. Because sometimes people be like, tell me what you think. And you know, when it's a little, like when it's a little, like, you know what I'm saying, it's a little weird looking baby, you can always be like, well, you got nice clothes. What do you say to the fluffy, what do you say to this? This is cute. This is, I mean, what do you say without being rude? Because they know how I am. So oftentimes I break the dog down, and most people, I've really never had anyone who really got mad. It seemed like they might have been a little bit dejected, but I can't help myself. You know, I'm like, well, he got the high rear and his toes ain't right. And, you know, a couple people, I just told them, man, don't put this in your program. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, bless his heart. That's what you got to tell, bless his heart. But don't bring, I'm going to tell you like this. Before you bring a dog up to me, you come say hi, right? And I don't give a shit. I won't even question them. I ain't gonna question your dog. But if you ask me to break that, don't ask me to break the dog down and you see his ass is higher than his head and his little feet is turned the wrong way. And man, one dude, man, his dog was breathing so crazy. What you think of him? And then I look down at him and his eyes all bugged out. I'm like, what am I supposed to say? You know? You got you know, and that be them people who got regular bullies. You got to get out of the conversation about like, hey, was that a fluffy? Let me go take a did I just see a fluffy? Better yet, did I see a fluffy lady? I don't know. I got to get out of here, you know, because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, people. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. People want you to take pictures with these dogs and they dying, you know. But I've told y'all this, with all jokes aside, you can't mix this many dogs and not have serious issues. The sport itself of breeding dogs, it's a science. You know, it is very, very scientific. Like, even as my genes are narrowed down inside of my own kennel, I've noticed things, you know what I mean? I've noticed things, you know. I've noticed that certain dogs might, certain combinations might give off more kink tails. Certain combinations might cause a cleft lip or a cleft palate. Certain combinations might lack overall size and revert back to being a nice gremlin, bro. You know, they might revert, and this is in a very y'all crazy. This is in a my kennel, like the bloods in my kennel is not very expansive anymore. I have a lot of my blood from the last 20 plus years. And I'm telling y'all, and not being braggadocious, but being very honest with y'all, is that even having all the dogs that I have and all of them being somewhat related in different ways and different things, and as I do different things in the yard, I still run into problems. Many of you who have expected a dog from me before have heard me give you that sort of a roundabout way to tell you that I didn't like what I seen. And you know, sometimes they get put down, sometimes they get pet homed. It's not easy. So you're talking about my yard as being 20 years. Well, right now, actually, I'm past that. You know, it's like 26 years, 27 years. But with this particular program up there, all these years of trying to work on the blood and trying to perfect these bloods. And when I say perfect, I mean, I'm really obsessed with it. I don't want any flaws. I don't want any fucking flaws at all. Excuse my language. I'm trying to stop cussing, at least on here. I cuss when I get home. But you know, you're trying very hard, and it's hard even with a limited gene pool. So imagine consistently adding in like fluffy stuff. And I'm not saying that as a joke, but literally, you're adding in stuff to make this dog fluffy. You're adding in stuff to make this dog a Merle. You're adding in stuff to make this dog more of a bulldog. You're adding in all these genetics, and you expect this stuff to consistently blend in a way that's going to work out. It's not. I say this to y'all not to criticize people, but I really want to open the door for you. You know, as I told a friend of mine this morning, you know, that we were talking on there. You know, look. If I sell you a couple of dogs, you're basically going to be making the same type of quality of dog that I make. You know, you jumping right in at that, you know, take that jump start and go where you want with it. I'm trying to give people a product that I know that they can breed, or, you know, or is going to be a very good pet at home and be stable. I'm not trying to cause anybody any kind of issues. As breeders, we have that responsibility that we should be helping, you know, as we say about other things, the next generation of people who want to use your blood, the next generation of people who want to show your blood. We should be making something that's putting them on the next step. We're not in competition with them. We're actually their help. You know, as my kids get older and they wanna get into the dog world, I will have failed as a breeder if by the time Poop is really ready to start doing what he wants to do, if I don't have something to give him that's just off the charts that makes it easier for him to breed. This is one of the weird sports where you do it in order to make it easier to do. It's strange. We never thought about it like that, but it's strange. If you are a good breeder, the breeders who are getting your stock are going to have an easier time breeding than you did because you did all the work. Now, if you continue to go, you'll make it better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's you know, man, we go into genetics on dogs, on all the issues with these dogs, and it's crazy. But the one thing about these dogs is that they continue over and over again to do all these weird things with the dogs, and it's not getting better, it's getting worse. You know, breeders who are coming in right now today actually have a harder time breeding than you know, than the old guys did. You know what I mean? And shout out to my guy Christopher Braden. You know what I'm saying? He made a nice donation to the page. I appreciate it. As we pull more and more stuff together and get more content on this thing. Can't wait to really start doing the podcast. Like I told y'all, I'll be in the hotel then. You know, I'll be in the hotel. I should be in there next week doing what I do and lining up guests. So some of y'all will probably hear from me Sunday, you know, and we'll try to set up some things, because basically with the podcast, you get several podcasts in a week, but they'll all be recorded in the same day while I'm there. And of course, for those who don't know, the reason why I'm going to the hotel is I can't get service at my house, not even on my 5G i13 phone. Sorry, piece of shit. But but you know, I mean, this is the game that we do, you know. This is the game that we play. Like, I see a lot of breeders, and it always amazes me. Like, they feel like that they're in competition with their clients or people who entrust in them to get a dog. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like, I'm not going to do anything. Hey, for sure, Alan. I'm not going to do anything to try to demean your program. I want to help your program. If you only want one dog from me and you're like, man, I like what you do, I plan on breeding in the future, I would love to get a dog from you, I'm going to try to give you the best specimen that I can, because that's my job as a breeder. You know, my job is not to take credit for your dog. If you want to say, hey, you know, I got it from T, this, that, and the other, cool. But honestly, you know, it's not about me anymore. It's about you. It's about helping you out. It's about getting you something that you can move forward with and be proud with. A dog that you know, hey, this other breeder that already put in a lot of hard work to get rid of genetic issues and this and that and the other. You know what I mean? Now, if you get, and that's what we start calling the anomaly, Smooth, you can breed back down. You know what I mean? Because if the pedigree itself is saying, you know what I'm saying, is saying that it's pockets and standards, then you can breed back down towards that. I've had a couple dogs, like for instance, in Hallie's litter, right? The same, of course, the same litter that produced Denzel. You had Biggie, who was 18 inches, and they actually had, a brother named Bocephus, who he ended up being an XL. You know what I'm saying? So you had all of these short dogs, and then you had a couple that came out standard, and you know what I'm saying? It was actually, what, 2 dogs that came out standard, and you had another one that was XL. But even with Biggie, like with Biggie, if you bred him to a pocket bitch, he would go back to his pocket genes. So yeah, I think you can always breed down just like you can breed up. You know, it's all about compounding the genes or whatever. But the one good thing is generally if you have a bitch with some size and you breed her to a male with some size, it's generally not going to keep on enhancing the height unless that male is tall. You know, from past experience, you know, you'll probably end up with standard. You know, you probably end up with a standard where if that standard male is there, you probably end up with standards. The height's not going to just keep going and going and going. It'll pull back towards the genetics that it was supposed to be. And I've did a couple breedings like that, you know, with a bigger female and a sometimes pocket male, sometimes standard male, but I never seen the height go up. I seen Dave do it a lot. You know, Dave's bitches were big. If you ever got a chance to see Paddington in person, Paddington was a good sized dog, and she made a couple big ass dogs. Cairo was one of them, but a lot of Paddington's dogs were just basic standards and not super tall dogs. So yeah, you can definitely breed it back down. It's a chore sometimes, but other times it goes real smooth. It just depends on how strong that bitch's genetics is to go towards the taller side. But you know, with these bullies, what's amazing, you know, oh yeah, Bocephus, that was definitely an XL. He named him correctly. He's a big, pretty ass dog. I still have a picture of him somewhere. Paddington was a classic. Paddington was definitely a classic. Paddington was as close to a pit bull as you was gonna get without being a pit bull. She was very classic. Paddington, beautiful dog, had a little more size on her than a lot of people think. I'm gonna tell you, Paddington was the weirdest dog though. You would go up and pet Paddington, she would let you. She would let you pet her, she would let you kick it with her. The moment you turned your back, she'd try to bite you. The weirdest shit ever. If you backed away from Paddington and she saw your eyes, she saw your face, she ain't gonna fuck with you. You turn around, that dog will try to bite you in the ass. It's the weirdest thing ever. She almost got John Easterly. She literally almost got him. She got his ass pocket. If John would have had any kind of ass, he'd be missing a cheek right now. Missing a whole cheek. It would have been gone. Yeah, Paddington was beautiful. Inner Rage was more standard, same thing. Most of those girls back then were just regular, like, standard-ish dogs. But a lot of them, like you say, was more classic, what we would call classic now. See, back then they would have been standard, but the actual written standard called for them to be a little bit bullier. And let's not forget, those bitches actually came before the written standard. So, you know, they were original bullies, but we were still calling them pit bulls back then. So, but yeah, Paddington was something else, man. That dog had some mental issues. I loved her though. I always liked the dog that would bite, you know. Like like I told y'all, Remy was a biter. I like that though. I like the dog with some life. I like a dog that wasn't gonna let you just push him around. And he said everything gonna be all right, and he bites you in the butt. You know, but speaking of biting, I mean, I hope some of y'all are interested in protection work. I hope some of y'all are interested in obedience training. As y'all will see throughout the next year, my job is transforming, and I've already been dibbling and dabbling here and there, but I'm trying to form partnerships with certain bigger corporations to allow us to do certain things, even to allow our dogs to get a proper certification that maybe could be recognized to make our dogs deemed more safe and more public safe. One of the things that some people are screwing up on is that every dog is not a service dog. There are not real strong service dog qualifications, so anybody can get a card that says your dog is a service dog. And people have been taking their so-called service bullies places, and these dogs been showing their ass. So if you wonder like why your service dog is being questioned and why people talking bad about your service bully, it's because some other bully then came through there and just showed his whole entire butt, and they tired of it. You know, I was talking to one of the stewardesses at Spirit of all places about that, and she was just telling me like, yeah, few people brought those type of dogs in here and those dogs were acting up. I'm like, oh damn. And so, you know, it was one of them things like, okay, you ain't gotta talk about it. But you know, we want to also start a service dog program, and all this we understand takes some time, and we have to find the experts. I don't want to be over any of that. I want somebody who understands what the perfect qualifications and training is for a service dog, and let them start giving out the certifications of a Tbkc service dog. And basically, you know what I mean? Yeah, see, but Rhodes, you got some special, you know, yeah, you got some special training abilities, and that's what, you know, and that's what I want. I want people to have that, and you know, and once we start this certification program, that we can give them, you know, their service dog, you know, certification brought to you by ours. It'll be by all they'll have to, you know, pass through all certified trainers, or at least people with a high level of training that we can, you know, trust to make sure that they're not just handing over something. You know what I'm saying? Because they need, you know, it needs to be some pretty rigorous damn training, you know, because all it's going to take is one bad thing to happen with our dogs and it's going to go bust. You know, all it's going to take is somebody, one of these clowns, who just will take a vest, throw it on their dog. He's a service dog. He's my companion dog. They take him somewhere and this dog bites somebody. Now every person in the bully world is a piece of shit, you know? Not to mention that all of us have been acting responsibly, except for this person who decided to put this vest on the dog that he knew was aggressive. But we'll all have to pay the price for it, and that's why I want to try to, you know, really, it's part of our plan to make sure that every dog, you know, that's a part of this registry is being promoted in the right way, and not just from the standpoint of what's going on in the ring, but we have to start taking the proper levels to promote our dogs publicly, to get away from the stereotypes, you know what I mean? You know, to get away from the stereotypes. So I tell you, you know, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, but it's something that I'm going to be proud to do. Now, you know, we get into this thing over and over again, and people say, well, what should a bully look like? And I'm going to tell you more and more, it's a pit bull on steroids. It's just that simple. We don't need to overcomplicate it. It's a pit bull on steroids. In the ring, if you are showing in the ring, I want to be very, very adamant about this. I want to be very, very clear about this. Enrique, what's going on? I want to make sure that everybody understands what the words that are coming out of my mouth. If you are in the dog ring, in the show ring, and your dog, as beautiful as he is, has a high rear, the other dog is maybe a little more conditioned, but has excellent, structure, that dog will beat your dog. We judge from the bottom to the top. And what I mean by the bottom to the top is that if American Bully qualifies as far as he's just bully enough to be an American Bully and not an American Pit Bull Terrier, we can count that as somewhat of a little bit of a flaw in saying that, okay, maybe he could be a little bit bullier, but it's not technically a flaw. So what we've seen over the years now is that many people have been awarded ribbons, and they've gotten these ribbons based off the fact that the other dog was supposed to be, just so bullied. But you see, the high rear and the other issues with the dog. We are getting back to the point to where we are judging structure as our mainstay. It has to be. Structure has to be a mainstay. So you might see more dogs like, like a Remy, who was more shredded up, beautiful head,